Dear viewer, I welcome you to this program, Personal Problem Solving and Decision Making. My name is Jim Nyende. I would like to hear from you. Send me any questions or comments to my email jimnyende@gmail.com. Today we are looking at the major decisions people make and the problems they cause. In my last video, I shared with you that decisions that you make cause you problems. And I emphasized the fact that even making a good decision can trigger the most serious of problems. And today we'll also look at the problems that come when you make a decision about relating with money, in particular, loving money. So, as we go through this program, looking at the major decisions that people usually make, I want you to ask yourself, question number 1, what are the major decisions that you are making concerning your life? And what problems are coming out of these decisions that you are making? You see, if you want to solve your personal problems, you need to separate them. You need to know the problems that are coming from the decisions that you made, and you need to know the problems that are coming from the decisions that others made. That is extremely important. Now, when you know the problems that arise because of the decisions you made about money, you'll be able to solve them much faster than if you didn't. Let us now take a look at the major decisions that people make throughout their lives. I want to be very, very honest with you. Different people have different views on life's major decisions. I do not know what you call a major decision. Neither do you know what I call a major decision. But from reading the Bible and from observing other people, I have seen that decisions made about personal development are major. For example, what knowledge, what skills, what attitudes, what talents will a person develop? That is a major decision. Another area is in starting a family. Will you find a spouse or not? Will you, if you have a spouse, raise children or not? Will you rent or buy a home? All these are major decisions related to starting a family. If you choose to enter the employment world, what kind of labor market are you going to compete in? And if you are in that labor market, what level of productivity will you work towards? This is a major decision concerning your life. What about creating wealth? What means will you follow or will you use to create wealth? Will you consider ethics as part and parcel of your strategy for creating wealth or not? How are you going to preserve that wealth? How are you going to pass on that wealth to other people? That is a major decision. Well, we all know that no person is an island. Therefore, we always build relationships with other people. How do you relate, for example, with your enemies? How do you relate with vulnerable people, like children, like old people, like women? How do you relate with people from different races, different tribes, different religions, different walks of life? All these are major decisions. Now, one of the major decisions we shall look at in this video is your relationship with money. Money is extremely important in the modern world. I am sure you know many of the reasons why money is important, but I want to point to the Bible. Some scholars say that the Bible has over 2,000 verses on that subject of money. That is a very, very big collection of writings. Others have talked about the great teacher Jesus, and they say that he spoke more on money than on love. Well, I want to draw your attention on something completely different about money. Money is important in your life. Money is important in my life because it reveals to us who we are. It will reveal to you and to me the two C's. One C represents your character, your mental and moral qualities that make you a unique person. Money has a way of revealing your real character. So if you want to know about your character, money plays a very important role. The second C is your competences. These are the skills and knowledge that you use to serve others, whether it is in a job situation or in a home situation, wherever you are serving, the competences you put out at use, money has a way of revealing them. So for that reason, money is a major decision. So how you relate with money is something that you need to think about seriously, because the decision you make on that issue of relating with money will create problems for you. Now we come to another important question concerning your relationship with money. Is money your master, or is money your slave? What is the issue behind these two questions? That I'm going to explain in a minute. But I want to point out one thing, that the love of money is completely different from the possession of money. The two are not in any way related. For example, there are people with lots of money who love money. And there are people with lots of money who do not love money. Put differently, there are people with lots of money who make money their master. And there are people with lots of money who make money their slave. And that doesn't apply to only people with lots of money. People with little or no money can also treat money as their master or as their slave. So it is extremely important to know whether money is your master or your slave. Now, when money is your master, it will give you problems that are completely different from when money is your slave. And so, you need to look at the problems you have that are associated with money. Well, when you choose to make money your master, it is the same way as making money the object of your love. There are problems that come when you make money an object of your love. What are these problems? We will turn to the Bible and we shall read two verses from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6. I quote these verses from the New King James Version. Verse 9 says, "But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and harmful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition." That's verse 9. Verse 10 says, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Now, these two verses give us a summary of the problems that come from a decision a person makes to love money. Now, I want to let you know that many of us make the decision to love money unconsciously, most especially during childhood, before we develop our critical thinking skills. And so, when we are still young, we make decisions that we carry into adulthood, which fit the category of loving money. What are some of these decisions? This is one of them. To love money is to make a decision to accumulate money by any means, at any cost, and in the shortest possible time. To love money is to love to get rich quickly without serious hard work. To love money is to hold the belief that living life in all its fullness consists in having lots of money at one's disposal. In other words, you feel bad, really, really bad, if your account is zero bank account or negative. I'm not saying that it is good to have zero money, neither am I saying that it is commendable to be in negative, but the feelings associated with it are the ones I'm talking about. To love money is to make money your master, as I have mentioned before. It is to make money the source of the principles that govern your life. Now, when you do that, what problems come from it? Problem number one, the people who make the decision to love money are making a decision to invite the devil into an arm wrestling match. If you don't know what arm wrestling is, try to find out what it means. Arm wrestling the devil is not easy for human beings, but that is essentially what we fall into when we decide to love money. Problem number two, when we make a decision to love money, we fall into a snare. Think of a snare as a prison which you enter willingly, but from which no human hand can set you free. It's a dark prison indeed. Problem area number three, when we love money, we open the door to foolish and harmful lusts. That is, we learn behaviors that do not contribute to our happiness and our longevity. Instead, as verse 10 pointed out, those behaviors lead to all kinds of evil. And with these evils come destruction and perdition. That is, we eternally lose the goals of living life in all its fullness. Now that you have an idea of what happens when you love money, in the next video, I want to share with you a major decision. I have not mentioned about it in this video, but which is extremely important. That major decision will help you to put money in its proper perspective. Living life in all its fullness requires that you have money. Lots of money. Not just living from hand to mouth. But what decision do you need to make in order to get to that level? I will introduce you to that decision in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also share this with your friends. Until we meet again, God be with you.